you deadass didn't post me on Valentine's Day?
How can we not start with this? We were doing so
well.
No, I didn't post you. You're not my girl.
Yes, I am.
You're not my girl. How are you gonna tell me that you're my girl?
We spent Valentine's Day together, so obviously you like me. So
no, that's not what that means. It means that you were the first person to ask me.
So you're talking to other girls?
100%.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
how is that crazy? How am I a narcissist? How am I a narcissist for us not being in a relationship and talking to other girls?
Use me.
First come, first serve.
You're a toxic ass motherfucking bitch. Like, that's so fucking crazy. Like, why would you say that shit to me? You're so fucking rude. Like, you're actually.
Hey, come on, let's not even sugarcoat it. We know that women's dating expectations are longer than a book. And I'm talking about like a 700+ book, bro. When it comes to dating and relationships, boy oh boy, when you ask a woman what her expectations are, get ready to hear her recite the whole 700+ pages, bro. Trust me, you're in for a treat, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna take you probably half a year, bro, to hear all those expectations. And then when you ask a man the same questions, his answer is less than the fingers you have on your left hand, bro. That's his number right there. You guys see the difference? Well, if you haven't, get ready, you're gonna see it. So anyways, we got more reactions, guys. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
We never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that part.
I'm gonna probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand. But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kai Sinet's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits, which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not. Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers, and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a Morley's advert. Apparently, he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel, especially because he told you not to go on?
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got, like, he can do it. Like, I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you, like, go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just, like, kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love. So
do you think that he had people in his ear telling him
100%.
what to do? Yeah?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to go back to a question that I said before. In terms of him going on Kai Cenat's live stream, despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me does, but that's just scary because I've been speaking to him before and I was with him. So not once did I ever feel like he was going to do that. Like I said, he could have told me and I still wouldn't, like, you know, find an issue with it.
Is this a forgivable offence for you?
No.
No. Fair enough. Do you regret not going on Kai Cenat's live stream?
I don't regret it because at the end of the day, it just shows me what he's capable of.
Who? Kai Cenat? Or
no, him.
Your
yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
If you could change anything, would you have gone on? Would you have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't need the compensation. Let me speak my truth.
Yeah, because I was going to answer. Like, I was going to call him back.
Yeah.
But obviously he was there and he was just, like, not with it. So anything he wasn't with, like, anything he didn't want to do, I wasn't going to do.
Did you seek any advice about going on, or was it just in that moment you made the decision with your question mark boyfriend?
So in that moment, because my friends were around as well, they weren't, like, with us, But I said, oh, let me just quickly go ask my friends. And he said, there's no point, like, he said, just don't go on it. So I didn't end up going on it.
Okay. When your boyfriend went onto the Kai Cenat live stream and Kai Cenat set up this dating situation, 20 versus 1, how did that make you feel, seeing as you mentioned earlier that you guys hadn't actually broken up?
I was really offended because I wasn't expecting that. I just felt really disrespected, but obviously he felt disrespected with what I did. But for you to go on a live stream while he was just with me on a whole like dating show or 20 versus 1, like it was just a bit uncalled for, but opportunity is an opportunity, so.
And did you guys have a conversation about that after?
No.
You never spoke about it?
No.
Wow, okay. Did he apologize? Did he message you? Did you just left it?
Just left it.
Hold up. All I want to say, man, for this woman to hear loud and clear, that man ain't coming back. He's now on the other side of the fence, you know. Your actions helped him elevate his life. So he has you to thank for it. You know, he probably should send you like a basket of chocolates or something. But other than that, I don't think this relationship is going to get back to what it used to be. You see, like, maybe before, right? Maybe if he didn't get the publicity at all and he was still in the same level as when he was with you, for sure. But as we all know, you're a man now. He's getting a lot of brand deals, bro. His life is changing, bro. From what I heard, also his account went from like what, 400 or 600 followers all the way to 80K. You know, and for all of you who don't know what I'm talking about, guys, this is like the lady that cheated on her man, right? Her man took her to this Omalay concert, and literally she was called up on stage, and she just abandoned her man and just went and started twerking on stage, started dancing on this man, right? So a lot of you guys are like, yeah, it's a concert, like what do you expect, blah blah blah. But yo, at the end of the day, man, she was in a relationship. That is still considered cheating, bro. She did my man so dirty, disrespected him right there, right? So you tell me, man, like she's in for a treat, man. She deserves this. Like, I mean, I'm not even looking at her as a victim on this, bro. Whatever is coming her way, she deserves it.
What's one rule that's a must on a first date? One rule that must be.
He paid for the date, but it's not a must rule.
Is it not?
I can't lie. If we've been talking for time, then yeah, he should pay.
Oh, well, why should he pay though? Why should he pay?
Oh!
Because it's 2024 right now. What do you mean? There's 2024. What happened to equality?
If he was like, okay, let me take you out,
Okay.
then he should pay. But if we both decided we'll go out, then we'll split.
But how do you both decide though? Because somebody has to bring her up. So if you bring her up, are you paying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's my man.
No, it's not your man. It's first date. You guys have a date before.
No.
You bring her out.
Take the girl out.
Yeah.
Would you pay for her?
100%.
Exactly.
I'm taking the girl out. What if you take the guy out? Are you paying?
Why am I taking a guy out?
If you like a guy, you can't take him out.
No.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, that's the rule. That's the rule.
Okay, so number one rule is he has to pay by force.
Bro, you get.
It's not even that deep. I pay on the first date. I pay.
Exactly.
If I like the girl, I pay.
Exactly.
So is that your rule?
Yeah, that's the rule.
That's right. That's not too bad, man. Listen, you know what you want. Go with it. Did you get it? Don't let other people decide what your standards are.
Damn, bro, look at these double standards right here, bro. I mean, yo, you know what? Don't even roast her, bro. She came off smart at the beginning. You know what she was saying was, it made sense, right? It was like, you know, if they decide to both go out, then they're both gonna pay. But then if the dude is inviting her out, you should pay. Yeah. She made sense up until the very end. She got caught in so many entangled lies, bro. But I mean, that's how it goes, right? My thing is like, yo, you know, if a dude is taking you out, he should pay for it. At the end of the day, he's not obliged to pay for it. You know, I mean, like if he's not enjoying his time with you and you're a headache for him, you shouldn't have to pay. Like, you know what I mean? He can decide there. He can tell you, you'll pay your own bill. You know, if he doesn't feel you like that anymore, right? If you're disrespectful and rude and all annoying, just because he called you out doesn't mean he's still entitled to pay for it. You know, unless he's liking the vibe, he's enjoying your company and everything, then yeah, he should pay, definitely. But yeah, man, I mean, my guy here, this interviewer had a point. It's 2024, man. Women are always screaming for equality. So why not initiate the paying as well? Why not take the men out as well?
Okay, so this Aaron Gordon thing.
Went on a date with this girl one time. Might have been in like Chicago. I got to the spot, right? We were just sitting at the bar waiting for our table. She opened up her phone. The last thing she had on her phone was Aaron Gordon's net worth.
It's been bothering me because there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news, but let me just let you guys understand how crazy it is out there. So I'm going to tell a story. I'm a snitch. I'm going to tell a story. All right. So there was a city in the NBA, and whenever you went to that city, there was one club promoter. She was a female. It didn't matter what time you landed. It didn't matter what day it was. She would pack out the clubs. Even if you landed there late, the club would stay open for another hour, and she would get all the girls. And it wouldn't just be like, it wasn't just girls. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. But it was just like they would keep the club open for whenever the team, as long as the guys were going to show up there. Everyone in the league knew this girl. Like, she was the promoter for the NBA and probably a lot of other sports. I just know the NBA. So fast forward a couple years, whatever, everyone's going to parties, everyone's having a good time. 2 girls, 2 guys, they go back, they wake up, all their jewelry's gone. Now, you hear these stories, these are true stories, and it's not just this and that, but it is just crazy to me that, like, even still today, these are the same things that are still going on. Now, for Aaron Gordon to see that, yeah, that might freak him out because you don't know what's going on. And if you guys don't believe me, just go listen to Lil Wayne, Mona Lisa, one more. Just go listen to it, and you'll completely understand everything that happens, and how this goes down is one of the most accurate songs I've ever heard in my entire life. All right, stay safe.
Bro, these women, bro, they're looking for the men, bro. They're looking for them top level men, you know, that they're filtering you out based on your net worth, right? So I mean, I think at some point, bro, if I was in that category, right, if I was like the top league NBA players, bro, and I'm going out on a date with a random chick, bro, I think I'll be looking over my back. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't right now, you still should, but I'm just saying, like, I'd be more cautious, bro, because I know 100% there is something for her to gain from this. Then there's nothing for me to gain. What am I gonna gain from that? Like a pussy? Okay, sure. I mean, I can get that anywhere. But I mean, for her, what is she gonna get out of this? You know? I mean, there's so many cases of this where a lot of men who are high, powerful figure men, high earnings, whatever, they find themselves in these situations where they even have like these chicks going on TikToks and stuff and exposing them and leaking text messages just to get the clout, bro. That's how low they're reaching, man. You know, they will clinging to anything to bring themselves into the light, to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women do this. They'll find a man who's earning a lot of money, go out with him, everything will be peaches and roses, whatever. All of a sudden they'll come to TikTok, they're leaking messages, they're leaking these, they're leaking personal information just so they can get the buzz, bro. They can get the media all over them so they can elevate their own social standing, you know. It's ridiculous, bro. Out here, bro, I mean, like, dating here out here is crazy, you know. As it is, man, it's like, for men out here, we got it the hardest, bro. I'm telling you, bro, we have it the hardest.
Would you cheat on your boyfriend with all my leg? I would never. Absolutely not. Never. Nah. But give me Capsy. Give me Capsy. Not in a million years. I could never. Not on my leg. Exactly. I love my boyfriend. I'm loyal to my man. So you cheated anyway? With Capsy. That's it. Why would you do that?
Okay, you know what? All these women are lying right now. They are capping. And the reason why they're always saying no, all of them, is because of this Omalay situation, right? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the previous girl we just talked about not too long ago here, her man took her to this Omalay concert. She was called up on stage and she just disregarded her man like a bag of trash and jumped on stage and was like grinding all over this man's. Like, guarantee you, man, she's been in a relationship with her boyfriend for a while, but yet here she is meeting this pop star, right, who she just known him for the last 5 seconds and she's all up on him like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I see a lot of women now, they're pretending like they wouldn't do the same. No, all of you would. All of you, the reason are denying this question here is because this is trending. You guys are seeing how this girl is getting backlash in the media, how everybody's hating on her and how everybody's on the men's side, right? You guys are seeing the effects of that. So of course, all of you are not gonna agree with it. Why would you agree with it? You know, you guys are already seeing what's happening with her. You know, like, her man now has like a lot of brand deals, bro. You know, he's getting clout, bro. His numbers, his followers, whatever, jumped from 400 all the way to 80K, bro. Like, you know what I mean? His life changed like overnight, bro. You know what I mean? So all these women now are now trying to act the same, you know, trying to act proper, trying to say, no, he's ugly, I wouldn't. Mind you, bro, Omale is like, he may be ugly, he may not be as good looking as that girl's boyfriend, but yo, guy has clout, guy has money, he has access to anything. You're telling me these women wouldn't trade their man, their average man, for that same lifestyle, for that taste of what lays on that side of the fence? You're telling me that? No, they're all lying, bro. Caught on the trap, all lying. I can see it right in their face.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Yo, good play on my guy right here, bro. You know, he noticed. I don't know if you guys caught that. This woman literally was disrespecting him right there. My guy was trying to take a shot, you know, trying to introduce himself, trying to chat her up. Probably found her attractive. But yo, the way she disrespected him, bro, she just like looked at him on the side of her eye, bro, turned her head around, continued doing what she's doing, disregarded him like that. It's not up until the end here she finds out he's actually famous, bro. He actually has clout. He's actually somebody, bro. All of a sudden now her interest turns right back to him. But by then it's too late. It doesn't want anything to do with her anymore, you know. So good on him for catching that, because a lot of guys are oblivious in these situations, you know. They would get disrespected by the girl they're trying to talk to, or they're trying to whatever take out, and at the end it's like right when, you know, there's something she finds out about you and she's all of a sudden showing you the attention, these guys would still stay there as if they just didn't get disrespected, bro. It's like they're so, I don't know if their brain is working or what's happening, or they're glitching, bro. They're like, they would still stay there and give her that kind of attention, which she doesn't even deserve in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, if you get disrespected like this, don't even entertain her no more. Like, just literally walk away. But yo, they would still stay there, smiley, sticking their hand out, still giggly, you know, acting like nothing happened. Come on, man. Like, at the end, how much disrespect do you have to take? You're a man, you know. You're just now showing that you accept anything, even crumbs on the floor, you eat it.
See, Skepta, yeah. Like,
no, I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is going. I'm gonna look here.
Like,
ask you a question.
Like, what's he saying? Like,
he's saying that he needs someone who goes to the gym.
I could do that.
You can do it. Would you start going to the gym
7 days a week? Even the 8th day, I'll be there.
That's what it's gonna take. Choice. No. Have you actually met him?
I've never met him, no.
Oh, you've got no chance then, babe. Okay, talk me through how you imagine that I would bring you to present you to him.
Open the door, Skepta, this is your wife.
That's how you just sort of straight in.
Skepta,
this is your wife.
This is your wife.
Right. At that stage, what is it that you then do? Like, what do you do at that stage?
Fitness and lifestyle, start squatting. I will start. 7 days a week.
I just want to say, guys, like, you guys see how women will literally do anything for a man that they want. Like, literally, if she's attracted to a man, she'll do anything. This woman just here said she's committed to even going to the gym for him, if that's what he wants. But if this was like a regular dude and he's asking her demands for her to go to the gym, to go this, you think she'll do it, bro? Chances are no, she won't. But yo, when it comes to somebody who's above her, somebody here whom she can't even reach, you know what I'm saying? Because yo, there's a huge level of difference here between Skepta and her. You know what I mean? Skepta is a rapper. For all of you guys who don't know this, you know, the UK men's out there, I know you guys know who he is, but American fellas, you guys may not, right? Skepta's out there, he's trending, you know, he has good songs out there, you know what I mean? He has clout, he has everything, bro. And this woman, I guess, I don't even know her name, bro, up until now. But anyways, like, she thinks she is in the level to deserve a Skepta. No, you're not even on that same level. But at the end here, look at how much effort she's willing to put to get to know Skepta. Go to the gym, do everything that he desires, everything, you know what I mean? So I'm saying, bro, like, you guys out here, if I was to switch the roles and you guys are at this girl's level and you are trying to date baddies who are like at Skepta's level, and it's like, do you think it's gonna be like that easy, bro? Chances are for a Skepta kind of female to even notice you, you have to be either at the same level, even above, because they don't really look below. But in this case, yo, we don't know about Skepta. I mean, Skepta might give it a shot. Who knows, right? Men are gullible like that. But even at the end, so I don't think so, you know. Skepta has a lot of different varieties, bro, from all over the world, bro. All different flavors, bro. Last I checked, actually, he's in a committed relationship. So, I mean, he's out of the market.
So when I was 16, I was on Japanese television and I confessed to my crush. I went to high school in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. And as many of you know, I had a huge crush on this guy. Let's call him Takeru-kun. I liked Takeru-kun because he was nice to me and he was one of my best friends. The only problem was, everyone else also liked Takeru-kun. He was just one of those guys. And by one of those guys, I mean he was one of the 7 guys in my class of 38 people. 31 girls, 7 boys. Yeah, he was the only acceptable one. It makes sense, right? So after basically a year of being in love with this guy and everyone in the class knowing it but him, I took a trip with a couple of my friends to Tokyo. While in Tokyo, we got pulled aside by this woman who came up to me and she said, "Nihongo shaberemasu ka?" And I said, "Ah, hai, chotto hanasemasu." She asked me if I would like to be in an interview for Japanese television. And I was like, heck yes, absolutely. Like, I'm an exchange student. I don't know if I'm ever coming back to Japan. So she takes me over, there's a whole camera crew. I find out it's for Zip TV, which is like morning news in Japan that literally everyone watches, including all of my host families. And in my mind, I'm like, I got this. Like, I've been in Japan for a year at this point. I speak Japanese. Any basic traveler question they could ask me, I have this in the bag. どこから来ましたか? アメリカです。好きな食べ物なんですか? とんかつ。身長いくつ? 174です。So anyway, I'm like, I have this in the bag. No problems. I've heard every basic question you could possibly ask me at this point. I can handle this. They set me up, they mic me up. The first thing this woman asks me is, 好きな俳優は誰ですか? What? And I'm like, okay, just answer the question, I guess. アメリカ人ですか? それか日本人ですか? They want me to answer American first, so I'm like, Chris Pine. Chris Pine のどこが好きですか? 顔かな? 彼のどこがかっこいいと思いますか? 強いて言えば、目の色とか、まつげとか、顔の形とかかな? I'm just rolling with this at this point because I have no idea where this is going. And now I'm realizing they didn't tell me what this interview is for. So then they ask me, それはタイプですか? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. Then the interviewer asked me, okay, well, is your type the same in Japan and in America? And I was like, I mean, I guess. My type is my type, so そんな変わらないかな? And then they say, 日本人もかっこいいと思いますか? And I said, yeah. And she said, 近くにかっこいいと思う人いますか? And I was like, yeah, of course. 誰ですか? And I'm like, wait, you want me to like straight up dox who I think is hot on camera right now? And there's a guy I think who is really cute, but he's not in my class. And they're like, okay, well, what club is he in? I'm like, what's his name? I'm like, So they're like, okay, who do you know that you think is cool? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if he's like the hottest person, but the guy I have a crush on, everybody seems to think he's really, really attractive. So I guess we'll just throw his name out there since we're friends and maybe he'll forgive me. So there I go. I say, 同じクラスのタケルくんがかっこいいと思います. And they made me say this exact line on television. Then they asked me, what do I like about him? So of course, I have to list what I like about his facial features on television at 16 years old. This is traumatizing. After the interview, they ask me to show a picture of him. So I do. And they say, かっこいいですね. They want to meet him. And they want to interview him. So that he can be on the show with me. And I asked him if he wanted to do it. And you might be wondering, Abby, how does one 16-year-old tell another 16-year-old that you said they were hot on television, so now they have to be on TV with you? Well, I'll tell you how. I asked, hey, テレビに出たいと思ったことある? And he said yes. So, long story short, we had an entire day of filming where they made him do so many cringy things. Like, they made him put a toothpick on his eyelash to prove that it was long because I said I like long eyelashes. 1 week later, that airs on television and everyone we know sees it. The entire school thinks that we're dating. Only the problem is, I was rejected a month ago. We're still friends. I still have the video clips. We will never ever speak of it again. And if anyone tries to interview me on the street in Japan, I run.
Wow, look at that. This guy's Takeru. Wow, he has the odds all in his favor. In a class of 31 women, 7 guys. Look at that. Of course, all these girls are going to be crushing on at least one of you. This is why I always tell you guys, instead of you guys going to parties or places where the numbers are like that, like where you have only 7 girls and 31 guys, and you guys are all competing for these 7 girls, go to a place where you can reverse the odds. You guys will be 7 guys, have 31 girls. That's the easiest way for you guys to get action or to get any girl, you know what I mean? Like, because at least out of those 31, at least 1 will be interested in you. So the odds for you are even way better. Now I bet you if Sakura was now in a group of like maybe 30 dudes, 30 women, chances are his popularity wouldn't even be that big of a deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, chances are he probably wouldn't be on the top spectrum, you know what I mean? He probably would be average. But just because out of these 7 guys, all these girls are all crushing on him, and it leads more girls to even have a crush on him because they see all their friends are crushing on him. They're like, yo, what's interesting about him? Before they know it, they're crushing on him too. You see, Sekiro is winning, bro. So I mean, yeah, you guys, I think this is your chance to go to Japan, you know, get your passports out.
Who's your celebrity crush? Don't be scared and just say it.
Celebrity crush. If I could see myself with somebody perfectly,
Yes.
and I feel like everybody would love us together,
Okay.
what?
What was this?
What?
What was that?
I ain't gonna say no names.
Any girl who sits here, you're gonna say
Who will
is
boss
your.
me up? Like, really, like,
I
put
would
me
boss
on?
you around. But any girl sitting
I
here.
feel like we can have, like, you remember the movie Love Don't Cost a Thing?
Yeah.
We can do that.
You think so?
Right now, if you say we in a relationship, it'll go crazy. You wanna do it? No, for me, like in my business, and it help
But
my
what's
kids.
it gonna do for me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It's like, wow, what the fuck she doing with him?
But
No, I'm just playing. They're gonna be
pe-
hating. They're gonna be like, I wanted him. A lot of girls want me. I'm just playing.
They do?
Yeah.
But do they want you for you, or do they want you because you're
Look,
rich?
I'll call a girl right now and see if she want me.
Let me see.
Hello. Would you date me? Like, would you talk to me? Like, you like me, don't you?
Say it again?
You like me, don't you? Like, you feel like I'm attractive and you would date me, like, right now if I asked you out.
Yeah, but where's this coming from?
Told you. What's name 2 good things about me why you like me?
Child, I don't know because I didn't get a chance to know you because you.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. But why you hang up on her?
Cause we don't know each other. And she just exposed
But
it.
did you take her out on a date?
You see, this girl is loving him, bro. She's loving that tension from my man right here, right? The moment he points his finger right there, she's just already giggling. She already knows the dynamic. She knows what he means. But she has to play dumb, like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, any girl that sits here, you will say it to them, you know? Like, she's trying to differentiate herself from all these other women, you know? She already knows. Like, you know what I mean? But she's playing it like it's a game, you know? And she's out here doubting him. Like, he has to even call a girl on his phone for her to see that he has options, not just her, you know what I mean? It's kind of ironic, I find this, you know? Like, like when both of you already know what's going on in the room, but I guess one of you has to play dumb, act like nothing is happening, act like you're so stupid not to realize, not to catch the hint of what he means. You know, I find that quite ironic. Like, you already know what he means. Why do you have to ask what was that? He already gave you the answer. Non-verbals, that's all you need. The energy, read on the energy. My man's crushing on you, right?
So me and the boys are in the Escalade they're watching their little cartoon way in the back. And we're waiting for Gloria to come back. And she starts walking out of the place she got her food, not realizing that her Bluetooth comes on in the car. It's just like a movie. So her Bluetooth, so her whole conversation stops the boys' movie. They don't really pick up on it, but I'm just like, yo, I fucking know this voice. And I hear, baby, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you again. And we had so much fun in New York. I'm like, what the fuck? That's Derek's voice. So that's the first time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she gets back. So she's maybe 10 feet from the car, and I guess I'm just ice grilling her, that she like freezes like a deer in the headlights. Like, she knows by this time that her Bluetooth is on in the car. So she gets back in the car. I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? And she kind of freezes up. And obviously I'm not going to get super loud because the boys are in the back. And I know it was Derek. And I said, and I was like, Derek, next time I see him, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And it hung up. And then the boys' cartoon comes right back on. So needless to say, like, like I said, well, I wasn't really going to get into it with her, so it was dead silence like the next hour back home. She drops me off at my condo in Marina. I say bye to the boys, and then I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Damn, bro, and his girl got exposed in the nicest way possible, bro. This is karma's way of doing him justice. Like, wow, with all these smartphones nowadays, these smartphones are actually using their brain, bro. I bet you that iPhone was like, nah, we ain't having this cheating happening today. That smartphone actually did one thing smart, bro. It connected to the Bluetooth and exposed the whole thing. Man, oh man, sometimes I start thinking like, yo, these smartphones, bro, their brains are actually getting way advanced, aren't they? Pretty soon they're gonna be talking and throwing attitude and all this and that and driving. I mean, there's already cars that are already driving themselves. Like, yo, look at technology, bro. But yo, this is the one thing technology got right, bro. To try and expose a cheating woman. I bet you anything this woman just thought, yo, I'm never gonna get caught. This is gonna be, you know, behind the bush type of stuff. He will never find out. But yet you didn't know the simplest little thing exposed you, and that was your Bluetooth. Good job, smartphone. You're actually doing your job, aren't you?
I gave up Hinge because a white man said he wanted to spank me. I joined Hinge back in November, December, and I decided to give it a try. Everyone was talking about pasta and lobster and how their experiences went, so I wanted to see what it's like. I've never spoken to a white guy before, taken them seriously, or even dated them at all. I've never had any romantic experience with anyone who didn't kind of look like me, so I wanted to see what that experience was going to entail. I ended up matching with this guy. He seems normal. He kind of looks like Michael Cera. If I could show you his picture, you would say that he looked like Michael Cera. He was 30 and he worked in private equity. I was 23 at the time. Everybody in New York City kind of works in the finance world, law, whatever. So wasn't really shocked that I ended up matching with him. He immediately asked me for my number. He says I'm gorgeous and, you know, the typical compliments roll in. I gave him my number, but there wasn't going to be a date that was going to happen anytime soon because I was heading back to Lagos, Nigeria, which is where my family lives, where I'm from, whatever. And so I was going back for the month and I wouldn't be back until later. That was fine. He still had my number and we were texting. Here's where things started to get weird. He sends me a picture just randomly, no good morning, nothing, just a picture of him in business class on a plane. And I don't know if that was meant to be like a flex or something like that, but he sends me that with a scotch or whiskey in his hand. And I asked him, where are you going? He says he's going home. Afterwards, the conversation was still a little bit weird, but whatever. We moved past that. Then he tells me, you know what, rather than tell you about it, let me show you. His first message to me is, I'm looking forward to meeting in January. We will have to make up for lost time. Winky face. I didn't expect anything of this winky face. I thought he was being innocent. To which I responded, I as well. What do you have planned for our first date? I have 3 places in mind, but I'll decide the week of. I'm excited. Little did I know that this was about to take a turn for the worst. I'm just wondering if you can handle me. How so? Because I wonder if you can handle me. I was being flirtatious. I didn't know where it was going to lead to. My spanks can get quite hard. Not only did he say that, he had the audacity to ask me how that sounded. Needless to say, that was the last time he ever heard from me. I ghosted him and I have not spoken to him ever since. Unmatched him on Hinge and that was that. The white emoji made it a little bit crazy for me. It made the experience crazier because I could visualize his hand and what he planned for me. He wanted to use me as a black mule and he wanted to fetishize a black woman. I was not going for that. But Hinge in New York City will always be interesting. Will I be back on the app? Maybe sometime soon. Who knows? But as of now, I'm giving Hinge a break because that was a bit of a crazy experience. Hinge will always be an interesting experience for me.
First of all, I have to say about this, man, it's like, why do women in these circumstances always treat themselves like a victim? Like, why is she treating herself like a victim right now? Like she wasn't entertaining this dude. She even said at one point she was flirting with him back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, so if you are flirting with him, sending, you know, explicit leading texts, on his end, he could have like deciphered that as you're down, you know what I mean? You're down for some fun, you know, right? Like the way he took that message is you flirting and the whole energy going on between you two. He thought it was a right to throw in. I mean, yeah, it was explicit, what he said he was gonna do to you. But I mean, was he wrong for it? Was he a weirdo for it? No, the dynamics were there. I mean, you're flirting back, you're leading him on, and he's thinking like, okay, it's in the bag, everything is going great. But then at the end, it's like you're asking him for more. Like, what are you gonna do to me? He didn't even up front tell you what he was gonna do to you. You had to ask him to tell you more, right? And he went on to tell you more, and now, oh, it's a big deal. Oh, you're on TikTok out here trying to expose him like he did something wrong, right? I mean, both of you guys were interested in each other, so what's wrong with that? You know, he already told you what he was thinking of doing. You asked him for more. He told you what was in his mind, and now you're upset that he told you what was in his mind. You're not comfortable with it. You feel like you're getting objectified. Well, you shouldn't have asked him then. Did you want him to lie? And if he lied, that would have been a problem as well, because then it's like, why are you lying to me? You know what I mean? It's like, you can never get it right with these women, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, one mad culture about Brazil though, yeah? You see, I don't know if it's like this every time, but you see during the carnival, you see if you have eye contact with the opposite sex, or depending on whatever you're into, but if you have eye contact with someone for more than 5 seconds and you lick your lips, you know you can kiss them on demand. No.
But you can kiss them or they'll come over and sort of...
It doesn't matter whether she comes to you or you go to her. You're going to kiss.
And did you learn this firsthand, or is this like
No.
a rule that you tried to
I'm
avoid?
not on lips to no one. Like, I'm hearing STDs are real over there. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
No, what? My little sister texts me because she knows what I'm on. She's got, I'm just letting you know, it's got one of the highest percentages for the H word.
Yeah.
Man, you get what I'm saying? I went on none of that. If anything, that fucked me up because I would have lipsed.
Right.
Like, I'm on all that. I'll lips you on first meet. But
You're trying to look away and sort of make no eye contact with people.
No, I'm on it. I'm watching. I'm like, right, he's got his whole tongue down her throat. Like, I was really watching. But yeah, like, I thought that was sick. Like, if it didn't have so much H out there, I probably would have done it.
Straight in.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm hearing this H stuff. Well, I'm being serious. You know, this is a fact.
Yeah, this explains why your passport bros are going to Brazil. Now I get it. Now I know why Brazil is one of the trending countries right now y'all are flying to, eh? Damn, you guys, eh? God damn, you guys must have found out this information beforehand. Man, is this actually a real thing in Brazil or what? Like, literally, bro. I bet you, like, dudes be, like, looking at chicks, like, right in the eyes during this carnival, bro. They're, like, forcing that eye contact, bro. They're, like, right in the girls, you know, right in her sight, bro. They're, like, not even blinking, bro. Just licking their lips all over, bro. Man, oh, man, does Brazil sound fun.
So you deadass didn't post me on Valentine's Day?
How come you not start with this? You were doing so
Start
well.
with
We were
Start
doing so
with
well.
what?
No, I didn't post you. You're not
Why?
my girl.
Yes, I
You're not my
am.
girl. How are you gonna tell me that
Because
you're my
we
girl?
spent Valentine's Day together, so obviously you like me. So
No,
we're
that's not what that
obviously
means.
together.
It means that you were the first person to ask me.
So you're talking to other girls?
100%.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
How is that
you're
crazy?
an actual narcissist.
How am I a narcissist? How am I a narcissist for us not being in a relationship and
Because
talking to
all
other
you do
girls?
is use me.
I'm not using
Yes,
you. You
you
asked me to hang
are.
out, and you were the first person, so I said
So
yes.
if-
It's that simple.
So if you had other girls, why wouldn't you just fucking hit them up then?
It was kind of like a
Weirdo.
first come, first serve
You're
kind
a
of
toxic
thing.
ass motherfucking bitch. Like, that's so fucking crazy. Like, why would you say that shit to me? You're so fucking rude. Like, you're actually rude as fuck. Like, fucking weirdo. Like, just don't fucking hang out with me and don't fucking tell me what to fucking do.
Yo, man, like, you know what? I get where she's coming from. I get what he's saying. Like, you know, at least he's keeping it a buck. At least he's honest with it, you know. But, I mean, she's on the wrong for even trying to demand him post her on Valentine's. Like, how are you going to force your man to post to you, man? Like, he has to decide that for himself. What's up with girls when wanting to get posted on social medias and all to verify their relationships, you know? But at the end of the day here, man, this goes on to show it's like, I bet you this is one of those dudes that when the camera's rolling, they're one way, and when the camera's off, they're another. You know what I mean? Like, literally, right now, he knows it's recording. He's saying all this shit to get an emotion out of her, to make her, like, all fuming and all. You know what I mean? Like, to get a buzz on his account. But it's like, bro, I bet you, the moment this camera turns off, man, you're out there, you know, kissing her, hugging her, treating her like a girlfriend, you know? And that's the problem with a lot of men out here, right? They have, like, different personas. Online, they're one thing. Offline, they're another, you know? So, I mean, that's why she's a little bit confused. Chances are you are probably trying to lead her to make her feel like this is a relationship type of thing. I mean, don't get her wrong. She has a point because, like, if you're not really serious, right, with a woman, you wouldn't hang out with them on Valentine's Day. You can hang out with them at any type of day of the year, whatever. But on Valentine's, you guys already know it. relationship type day, you know what I mean? It's a lover type day, you know? So if you're hanging out with your side chick on Valentine's, why are you pressed that she thinks you guys are beyond just side chick and, you know, whatever, side dude kind of thing, you know what I mean? The reason why she's thinking this is way deeper is because you're hanging out with her on Valentine's. She's thinking like she's your girl, you know what I mean? But you are not, you probably didn't communicate that. And now you're trying to communicate it and act like a douche. It's like, bro, you could have just explained this right at the beginning. Why would it have been so wrong for you to explain to her right at the beginning you're not looking for a relationship? Right before you guys started whatever you're doing, or even if you guys had a one night stand, just explain right after, like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship, we can continue doing what we're doing, but just to let you know, to make it clear, you know what I mean? Right? But I think dudes go on about it, they show them that they're, you know, looking for a relationship, they treat them like a wifey, like this, like that, then at the end they act like this, bro. Now that's why a lot of these women are losing their minds as well, right? Just like how we hold women accountable for their bullshit, we gotta do the same for the men as well, right? Like, I mean, you're being honest with her right now. You're telling her she's the first that replied, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're keeping it a buck right now. But the thing is, the problem is you should have done this at the beginning, not right now, not after, you know, like she said, you used her, whatever, and then halfway you pull this card. It's like, bro, you've been stringing her all along. What do you expect? How do you expect her to react?
Do y'all ever download Hinge and you see the same few people you've seen for years ever since you started using the app? Like me personally, I've been using Hinge since I was 20, and I see the same few guys on there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. For some reason, I feel like I have some personal connection with them because we've been in the streets together on and off for the past few years. I see them update their prompts, some of them get new dogs, some of them post new photos. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad Matt is doing well. The thing is, I would never date them, but at the same time, I feel like I'm cheering them on, like behind the scenes through the screen. Anyways, I'm gonna read.
Man, here's a rule of thumb, boy. If you guys have been on these dating apps for like more than 2 years, man, and nothing is happening and y'all are still single and you're still on them, like, bro, this is time for you to change, bro. You gotta delete them apps. Time for you to meet people in real life. That means these apps ain't working for you. And there's always the same demographic of people on these apps, bro. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, like, I'm pretty sure if you guys are using them apps right now, if you were to log in, you'll at least see a couple girls you've been seeing for the last 5 to 10 years on that app, bro. You know, they don't go anywhere, bro. It's just like what she says, you know, you all are in the streets together, you know, and it just shows like nothing is working out for her and nothing is working out for you. Matter of fact, I think you have a better luck of you hitting those people up instead of always trying to find somebody else, somebody new in those apps. You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, you know what? Actually, you guys should write this line down. Shoot her up. Be like, yo, you know what? I've been seeing you on this app lately. You know, you've been here for quite a minute. So have I. You know, why don't we get to know each other? Why don't we just, you know, change it up a bit and go out on a date or whatever? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Maybe these guys have been your soul matches all along, but all of you are thinking your soul matches elsewhere, right? Maybe that's a sign for you guys to date each other, you know? Or just log out and delete the damn app and meet people in real life.
A lot of people from other countries, they come to Japan just to find a girl, right?
Yes.
Does that actually exist here in Japan?
It exists in the sense that Japanese people are more accepting of social rejects. I mean, if you're not a weirdo, if you're not a creep, and if you're, you know, a decent guy, which means that if you're a loser back home, you can come here and find someone who actually thinks you're cool. Doesn't mean that they all think you're cool. You're probably not going to be cool, but there will always be someone here for you. They might not be with you for the right reasons. You know what? You're British. I like Harry Potter. Yeah. Let's go out on a date. Whereas that's not really going to happen in the UK.
You know, he has a point. My man here just actually nailed something important now. You know, to some of you, right, in your countries, wherever you're from, you know, you might be the lamest dude there, right? You may be a weirdo, bro. But let me tell you one thing. If you travel to another country, they may not even look at you the same way as them, right? They may think you're cool, bro. They may be like, yo, you know what? Damn, you're badass. All of a sudden, you just changed your market value. You guys see that, right? This is why a lot of these passport bros, they gave up in their countries as well. Right, they're realizing, you know what, dating ain't working, you know, that the economy is shit, I'm paying all this money, I'm not getting this, I'm not happy, blah, blah, blah. They take their passport, they go abroad, and guess what? Boom, now they change the dynamic, bro. Everything is cheaper, and the women are prettier, they're way nicer, way feminine, and it's like, everything is working out in their favor, you know? So, I mean, what he touched here, it makes sense. You know, and I mean, you guys should try it. I'm not discouraging you guys from trying that. You know, if you find nothing's working in your city, Why not take that passport, go elsewhere, bro? You might have way fun, you might be way at peace, you know, rather than staying in that same damn country trying to make things work, you know what I mean, right? And I guess a lot of these passport bros are getting bashed on that, right? They're like, oh, you couldn't get girls back home, you're gonna go pay for it abroad. No, man, it's not even about that. It's just like, if you were depressed, you know, and you were not fulfilled in your country and you chose to go to a different country and you feel way better, 100%, 180 degrees different, what's wrong with that? At the end, it's your life. You don't owe anyone an explanation, right? So you always should do what makes you happy, what you want to do, not what other people want you to do or what's accepted of you. You know what I mean?
I've never met you before, correct?
No, correct.
Now, why did you post our DMs?
Okay, so, you know, the internet. As soon as that came out, everyone started commenting on all my TikToks, DMing me, you let Aiden Ross it, you let Aiden Ross it. I was just trying to clear the air. No hard feelings.
I said no, though. I said no.
Are you
In the lie detector clip, I said no.
Yeah, but then the lie detector said that you were lying.
Yeah, but I said no.
Okay.
Right? No.
Yo, that is actually funny, bro. You know, it's funny how she leaked them DMs, bro. Usually in this case, you know, women are the ones who are out here always attacking men, right? Always saying, oh, he leaked my nudes, he leaked this, he's that, he's this, he's this. But at the end, look at what she just did, you know? And my man here went on the lie detector, right? He told the truth on the detector. She still didn't believe him, right? Just because the detector was wrong, she still didn't believe him right here. She had to leak his personal information just to prove those people wrong. You see how effective she was, bro? And that goes on, man. This is what happens when you're living your whole life on the internet, bro. You know, if you have to prove people all the time, all your haters, all your commenters, whatever, you have to prove them otherwise. You know, you always have to be looking for evidence so they can shut up. It's like, man, oh man, you're in for a treat, boy. You know, you're not gonna be happy, bro. You're not gonna be fulfilled. Let me tell you, you're gonna lose your mind quickly, bro. You know, at the end of the day, you know you didn't sleep with him, right? He knows he didn't sleep with you. So what does millions of other people think? What does that matter? Why does that matter? You know, it's what you know. You shouldn't always be trying to prove people wrong. Otherwise, you know, that just goes on to show that you're always looking to be accepted.
So let's call this guy Flip. And Flip is shocked because he just found his wife in the bathtub unalived. Now his wife is this woman, Shanti, and one day, back in the day, Flip meets Shanti on a dating site, and she's attractive and he's a millionaire. It's perfect. So they quickly fall in love, and Flip moves from Minnesota to Florida to be with her. And a few years go by, and Flip buys this house for them. It's 4,000 square foot, older style Victorian home. And he falls in love with this house because he sees the potential in it. And ultimately, he wants to renovate it and make it more modern. So they move in and they start working on this big renovation. But strangely enough, even after they move into the house and they get married, Flip still hasn't put Shanti's name on the deed, which Shanti really wants him to do. Not only that, she's the one paying for all these big renovations. In fact, Flip, the millionaire, doesn't pay for anything. His cheap ass doesn't even pay for their groceries. And Shanti can't figure out why he's always skipping the bill for everything. Regardless, over time, Flip becomes obsessed with renovating this house. And a couple of years go by, and they're still doing all these renovations. And they have very little to show for it. Not only that, at this point, Shanti has spent over $250,000 trying to fix this place up. So obviously Shanti is very unhappy. So then of course, they start fighting a ton. And it gets pretty bad. Like so bad, they're not even sleeping in the same bed. But despite how unhappy Shanti is, Flip is still obsessed with fixing this place up. And I don't think this situation could get any worse for Shanti. Until one day, Flip gets an idea that could fix all their problems. He wants to go on this reality show called Zombie House Flipping. It's a show where they find old rundown houses and they flip them. So they start meeting with producers for the show, and producers check out their house, and they're like, your house is a piece of shit. It's perfect. So then it all moves forward, and eventually pre-production begins. Now Shanti is still really not happy, and she's not feeling any of this reality TV show stuff. And it just gets worse for her, because at some point around this time, somehow, she learns that Flip has been lying to her. She discovers he really isn't a millionaire. He's never been a millionaire. He spent what little money he did have buying that house. And that is when things get really bad. And a couple of weeks before they're supposed to begin filming this reality show, they go and they meet with the producers. producers. And it's at this meeting where Shanti finally snaps. She's fed up with all of it. But this house has been a nightmare. It cost her $250,000 in renovations, and now they're about to have a TV crew in there. Plus, Flip still won't put her name on the deed. So Shanti just says, "F this," and she storms out at the end of the meeting, which realistically probably killed their chances of getting on the show. And this pisses Flip off because his obsession with this house has become his whole personality. At this point, he doesn't even have a job. He just oversees the renovations all day. Now, to be clear, I'm not 100% sure about the details of this next part, but it goes something like this. A few days after that meeting, Flip and Ashanti are at home, and I assume they start fighting, because they had been fighting a lot. And that is when suddenly Flip freaks out and loses it, and he ends up beating her up, and then he strangles her until she is unalive. Then he puts her in the bathtub, and he calls police. And when he talks to police, he tells them that he just found her there. Like, oh, she must have slipped and fell. But police are not buying his story. I mean, she's all beat up, she got strangle marks on her. She definitely did not fall in that tub. So eventually they arrest him, they charge him with first-degree murder. Here's his mugshot. He goes to trial, he's found guilty, and he's sentenced to life. And all this happened in Florida, so...
Damn, bro, my man here just completely lied, bro. He probably lied on them dating profiles, man. He probably put his income as over millions of dollars annually, bro. And this girl was out there swiping, looking for a high-earning man, and she came into him, you know. She's looking to elevate her life, but he's looking to elevate his life through her, you know. It's like they're both thinking, they're thinking the way to, you know, elevate their life is by being with each other, right? Thinking the other person is doing way better than them, right? But in reality, it's the actually opposite. So look at it in her part, right? She thought that, yo, he's well off, he's millionaire, you know. So of course, you know, he hits all the check boxes for her, you know. She finds him now all of a sudden attractive. They decide to get married, they buy this nice house, everything's going good. But it's not until later that the problems start arising, right? Because first of all, it does not make any sense why she would be spending money on the renovations if he's the millionaire here, you know what I mean? Like right there, he should have crossed the brain, like, why is he making me pay for these renovations when he has more money than me? You know, that doesn't even add up. And on top of that, he's not even putting your name on the whatever deeds, whatever, you know what I mean? So that's a very red flag right there. She should have realized that, right? Right there, she should have done an investigation on her husband, you know. This goes on to show that nowadays you can just be dating, be married to somebody and you don't even know their whole history, man. You think you're marrying this type of person, but in reality, they're a whole different character. Alright, so I mean, at the end, man, he got what he deserved. She didn't get what she deserved, but he's paying the price for it.
I will laugh. And so will you, and so will you. Okay. But I do not find this funny. Okay. I met Bernard at a club. It was supposed to be a one-night stand. The dick was weak as fuck. Oh, damn. Bro, the next day, he refused to get out of my bed. I worked from home, and several times I asked him to leave. I ain't got nowhere to go, so I'm staying here. Bro, I didn't want police involved because it could go badly. I asked my older brother to come over and evict this Dusty. Dusty? Bro, this Dusty, you know? Bernard knocked my brother out and tried to sensually assault him. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Bernard turned my unconscious brother on his stomach and pulled at his pants. I hit Bernard with a skillet. He choked me just as a neighbor banged on the door. Bernard pushed his way out. I've lost all respect for my brother. He came to my house just to get beat up. I threw cold water on him and told him that he owes me an apology for not defending me. No. My mum is mad at me for putting my brother in danger. Why does she feel I'm not worthy of protection? What the fuck, bro? Why do mothers devalue their daughters? How do I cope with this toxic family? Oh, she spun the whole thing. Bro!
Man, this is actually like a comedy. This is like a movie scene or what? Like, I mean, it has all the genres in this, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, it's her fault. She brought this dude home to her house. Why not go to his house? You know what I mean? But you brought him over to your house. Now he doesn't want to leave. Now you have to call your brother to evict him. Now your brother gets his ass kicked. Now at the end, it's like This is a whole comedy show, bro. Even to the words the end where your mother is yelling at you for putting your brother in danger. And I mean, your mother's right though, right? Because your brother wouldn't have gotten his ass kicked if you hadn't brought this random stranger to your house. So whose fault was it, right? So the reason your parents are not really worried about you is because you caused this on yourself. But your brother being injured, on the other part, you caused it on him. You know what I mean? Kind of makes sense, but it's kind of a little funny because usually their, parents are usually more protective of the female, child more than the man, right? Because the male one can usually look after himself. But in this case, your brother, he sure couldn't. He got his ass pwned, right? So it's a little funny, ain't it? But anyways, guys, that's the video, man. If you guys enjoyed it, click the like button, subscribe. See you next time.